this map is the static. Tier 4, we both pick Jake, because Jake is of course the safe pick. You can also go Jess, I suppose, but I like artillery and I also like battlecopters. Unfortunately, they took the penguins, so I can't play as the penguins. So I had to hire some mercenaries from Grey Sky to play as while my opponent gets the penguins. I'm not going to replace their penguins because if they want penguins, they can have penguins. So, let's begin. Alright. Pretty normal capture phase so far. Go for the neutral base first. I think I would have went for the airports with this infantry, then had this infantry go for the base instead. But I suppose you also want to take the center. The typical strategy for this map is wait for your opponent to overcommit to one of the corners and then push hard on the center. So I suppose controlling the center is a priority for my opponent. Same for me too, I suppose. But I do eventually go for the airport. Artillery broke the pipe, it just doesn't show on the replay. Same with them. An APC opening. Okay, I know most people like APC openings on this map, especially Go7, Confi, and other people. I don't like it. I considered going transport copter, but nah, I just didn't go for it at all. Okay, I also plan to buy a day 3 recon. Wait, day 3 recon? Was that my plan? Regardless, I didn't build a recon, so I decided it's too late for that. I'm just going with the... I'll build a recon eventually, but I wish I built it sooner is what I'm saying. But here's the recon. I'm expecting, because most people like APC openings, especially the higher rated players, they like APC on their third base, forward base side. I built a recon to prepare harassing this area. And I'm also expecting a tank there. So I eventually build a battlecopter. That's my plan right now. Send recon, then send a battlecopter to meet that tank. I also considered using an APC on this side, not to boost down here, but so that I could eventually... It was too late by the time I decided to do it, but if I could get my APC over here, I could double boost these infantry by having them load on the APC and immediately unloading to capture these two properties one turn sooner. Is it worth it for an APC? Maybe not, but I could then continue using the APC for mechs and other units later on. So I probably could have used an APC, not in the traditional sense, but in a different way to boost my infantry. Still, despite them getting an APC and me not building an APC, I wouldn't say I'm behind in the capture game. In fact, I say the APC didn't really do too much other than they're capturing their more forward properties sooner rather than their back properties, because I'm still keeping up with the income. Alright, as expected, a tank to meet my recon. So, I built a battlecopter to meet that tank. And I'm also expecting a recon down here because if I build a recon all the way here, my opponent probably also has a recon down here. At least that's what I'm thinking. Double artillery. The reason why I chose Jake? Artillery. I like artillery, so of course I'm going to use it. Tank kills my recon. Okay, that's to be expected. I probably should have attacked from the planes to get that Jake planes bonus against that tank. So that was a little bit of an inaccuracy on my end. Builds a preemptive anti-air, but of course you never build anti-air as your first vehicle going up here. It's way too risky. But who knows? Maybe someone might. Interrupts my capture down here. So this is where the APC, the main strength of the APC is. You can try to capture these two properties while also trying to deny your opponent if they didn't rush this with an APC. Go for the center, okay. And I attacked before capturing my comm tower. This happens way more often than I would have liked. And I also got a low roll here. If I had captured the comm tower, it would have been a guaranteed kill. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, so I was a little upset at that. I am shooting down this pipe with my other artillery, and I built 2 more artillery because, like I said, I like artillery. We continue having our skirmish in the center, and I think I go in. I said my artillery is getting set up slowly but surely. My artillery is coming into play. I sent my battlecopter in. I have another one, but at this point I think, yeah, I need some more tanks in this area. A single anti-air would probably push all my battlecopters away. Ooh, an error occurred. Skip. The replay still looks fine. They almost completely push off my army up here. Anti-air comes out to shoot my battlecopter. And while it looks pretty bad what's going on, I don't think it's that bad. Because now I freed my artillery, so I have plenty of vehicles, mostly artillery, moving to the front lines now. The only reason why I think to myself, the only reason why I'm losing the center fight right now is because I decided to take the time to free my starting artillery and get it into the battle. I knock out the anti-air because I think he got 1 anti-air. He's not going to build a second one this early in the game, so I felt comfortable attacking this. And this battlecopter would pretty much shut down all tanks in this area until an air defense can finally come into play. Also decide to knock out that recon. Continue having the skirmish up here. Now this is a little bit of a misplay by me. I should have sent my tank on this plains where it can support more areas. And moving it onto the ports also gets slowed down by the forest over here. So there's a little bit of a misplay. But now I bring my tanks. Artillery is slower than tanks, so my tanks would eventually catch up with the artillery to the front lines. And I see this. I should probably use my power now, right? When I saw this. And then I see this. Okay, definitely using my power. Or rather superpower, since that's also a thing. So, I go with the superpower, Block Rock. Of course artillery shoots at tank, of course artillery shoots at tank. that extra 1 range. This is why I like artillery with Jake. Recon with that amazing movement goes forward. The Jake superpower also gives +2 vehicle movement. So I'm just plowing through. Best part, my artillery is now in position. If there is a counterattack, I will be ready. I think to myself. And I built a transport copter because I think I don't nearly have as many infantry on the front lines as I would have liked. I want more infantry at the bottom, I want more infantry at the top, and some more infantry in the center just because infantry pressure there is a thing. I see something move into those forests. An APC. Probably to get vision on this, which, fair enough, this recon isn't front line yet, so you definitely wouldn't want to send a tank up there. And he decides to hold his superpower. And I think, alright, I'll just try to pressure the superpower then. Just putting something to, maybe I want to bait the superpower out. If he thinks I have a lot of units here, he might use his superpower just to attack. But of course, I don't actually do anything to defend it. Which he could probably check anyway with the vision on the mountain. He finally got his back artillery free. And he's patiently waiting, going heavy on the tanks. There are so many tanks on his side. This is a predominantly tank composition, whereas I have a combined arms composition, just a mix of artillery, tanks, and 2 anti-air, because 1 anti-air is probably not enough in the fog. But I don't want to go too far into enemy territory while he's about to get his he has his superpower and is just holding it. So I just wait. Just wait. And I think he's holding it just so that the artillery can actually come into play. But it makes sense, since if I'm not pressuring anything, there's no reason to... He's not forced to use it. But I built a medium tank because I think I already have plenty of tanks, anti-air battlecopters on the field, especially artillery. Maybe now it's time to start teching up. A tank goes in, kills my recon. And I decided, I was thinking that my opponent probably wouldn't commit that much to the side. So I decide to go in, I see the artillery, and then I realize my mistake, and I pull everything back. Send this tank out to scout this forest. And I start shifting my battlecopters from the top area to the bottom, because I think this forward base can probably defend these 2 properties, but he will have a harder time trying to stop me from taking these properties down here. So maybe I should use my battlecopters to pressure the bottom. That's my plan right now. He gets trapped by the infantry, but then kills it with a tank. And now that his artillery finally reached the center, he feels more confident inching forward to try to pressure. Of course, I decide to go in. Well, go in at the bottom. I move forward to scout this forest in case something's there, and I go in to kill that tank. And I think, okay, I just committed a lot of forces here. I just shown that I have a lot of vehicles down here. He will definitely use the superpower, because the typical strategy is wait till your opponent overcommits to a corner, then push hard on the center. So I decide to pull back in the center, create a nice defensive wall way in the back. This up here, this is just to bait the superpower. I want him to use the superpower, and because the superpower will do a lot of damage, but I'm more acceptable of losing just this than to lose my entire army. So this is why I kept this forward. Here's the Black Rock. Sees my medium tank. Aha! Attacks with the recon first and sees all of this. This is why you attack with the recon first, for vision. Damages my artillery all the way up here. One-shots my battlecopter with the firepower bonus. I think at this point it's a little bit of an overextension by him. Because attacking up here is the equivalent of me trying to attack all the way here. I'm barely taking this corner, and he's all the way at my comm tower. I think this is definitely overextension. But that's what using powers might do to some people. They might get overconfident and go forward. Fortunately, I got my Black Rock as a result of all the damage I took, so I attacked back, except from the plains. Send my artillery here to scout this fort. I walk through it, so I know there's nothing here, so I send my anti-air to take it out, to take out the battlecopter. I decide to knock out that anti-air because I don't like it. Knock out that battlecopter. Probably could have attacked from the plains so my infantry can start capturing the city right away. Go all the way around to attack from the plains. Send my recon forward for vision. And then at this point I think, okay, yeah, I definitely should have attacked from up here so my infantry can start capturing right away. Knock out the recon for vision, so that now my artillery can slip into this forest unnoticed. I go in with a counter attack of my own. And then all my artillery going into position. Lots of artillery on the front line. Well, is it really the front line? It's hard to tell what's the front line considering these two tanks are technically behind my lines. Knocks out my infantry so I can't apply any pressure. I need more transport copters and more infantry. That's what I say to myself when stuff like this happens. We continue having our skirmish. Well, it's not really a skirmish at this point. This is a full-on battle over here. And I see all these two battlecopters, and I think I don't have enough anti-air. One of them got sent down here to shoot at a battlecopter, and the other one was destroyed in combat. But since we are still fighting, my artillery gets nice shots. But he's definitely overextending. If you're not pressuring my property, it's probably best to pull back in the center because it's very easy to overextend in the center. But At this point, even though he has income advantage for most of the game, I'm feeling actually rather confident because now I can start capturing these properties down here. And if I've been surviving down income, I could probably do a lot better with even income. Uses another block rock to pressure even more. And really destroys a lot of my artillery. And pressuring the property. That's good. But it's not over yet. So I go in, knock out the anti-air, shoot at that battlecopter, send more forces in, and I just choose not to use my normal power because I want to scare him away, basically, because similar to how I don't want to push in when I don't have a power and he does, I'm sure he doesn't want to go in when I have a power and he doesn't. I am losing this property, but it's fine because I'm compensating with these two. And the net change for this battle is he gets 1,000 more income, but I also get 1,000 more income. And proportionally to our income before, I'm getting a greater percentage increase, so I'm happy with this outcome. I am down in the KD, however. Black Rock. For now, I am down in the KD. Let's see how much I can do with my Black Rock. Getting lots of hits in. Medium tank going in. I mean, what is that 1 HP artillery going to do? I see 2 battlecopters, but I got 2 anti-air ready. And this is why you need anti-air. And I built a fighter just in case, because there was one moment in the game where I was down in the anti-air count, and the battlecopters were doing quite a lot to my artillery, which can't target battlecopters. So I built a fighter to permanently fix my air defense problem. At least permanent relative to an anti-air solution. Alright. I begin capturing this property back, meaning that if I do take it back, all of the fighting here, all of the overextension he did would have been for nothing if I take it back. And I also captured this property, so I'm happy even if I don't take this property back. And this game wasn't live by any means, but occasionally we are both online looking at the same game. So when I saw that he wasn't trying to interrupt this capture, I was just happy. Because if I've been fighting behind in income, then I could definitely win if we're even in income. And I built 2 more artillery because I like artillery. And similar to how I was down anti-air before, I think maybe my opponent might make a similar mistake and not build enough anti-air. I now have more income now, relative to before. Maybe I can afford some more battlecopter spamming. So I decide, alright, I'm going to start battlecopter spamming. Revealing the medium tank, I now know it's there. And I think, if you want to interrupt this capture, you have to use your medium tank. What is 100% go? Well, not 100%. I don't know what's in the fog, but I think that the medium tank will have to attack from the road, or otherwise kill the recon and then have the anti-air attack from the road. Both of which would be in range of my artillery. Alright. Attacks my anti-air, but I'm fine with that, because I got 3 battlecopters here. And he knows I have 3 battlecopters. His battlecopter has vision over it. Medium tank goes in anyway, despite seeing all these battlecopters. And built another anti-air. They now have 4 anti-air, which admittedly I could use more, but I got a fighter, so I felt like I didn't need another anti-air. I see the artillery, so I decide to just stay in the back. Tried to get the luck roll on the anti-air, didn't quite get it. I see this anti-air with my recon, and I'm thinking, I do not want to lose my fighter. I kind of want to keep my fighter. So I just sent in my battlecopters. Alright, you got 1 healthy anti-air. If you got a few more battlecopters, okay. You still have way too many targets to take out all at once. We also continue having a small scuffle over here. They didn't have vision over this property, so did not know I had an artillery here until after moving the tank in. And really pressuring hard on the center, which makes sense, because once again, if your opponent's overcommitting to a side, that's the time you make a strong central push. But at the same time, he's also committing quite a lot onto the sides. So I go in. I decide to not use my normal power because I want to use my superpower after his superpower. Both my medium tanks in the forest because I don't want to lose them just yet. Pull my fighter back because I think he might have more anti-air. But my medium tank here, if I have a 2 extra movement from my super, any anti-air that attacks this battlecopter from here or here, I will be able to counterattack. Any vehicle that attacks this tank, my medium tank can reach. That's what I'm thinking. But similar to earlier, I pull my units really far back towards my HQ. Here's the superpower. Anti-air goes up, okay. Still in range of my artillery, so I'm happy. And just starts capturing so many properties at once. Going for my anti-air, still does not see that I have 2 medium tanks here. And attacks in such a way that I can't reach the battlecopter with the fighter. He knows I have a fighter thanks to that tank up there. But now, I have my superpower. And you know my medium tank that could kill this anti-air? Forget about it, I didn't use it for that purpose. Since I cleared out all the vehicles down here, I can send my vehicles back up towards the center. I interrupt this capture, reveal both my medium tanks to start blowing up the light tanks, and just go all in. I know the anti-air is still there, but I got 2 artillery here. I choose to leave this artillery here because I want to protect these properties. And I move my fighter 1 spot to the right. It's still protecting all my units from air attacks. And I built more artillery because I still like artillery. And of course another anti-air because I lost an anti-air somewhere. Well, this one got damaged. You typically want to replace your anti-air as they're being destroyed. And they're pulling back. And I think, okay, I've been up ahead at the KD in the KD the whole pretty much. Well, I was behind in the KD, but my value to loss value has been higher throughout the entire game. And at this point, even though he had more income for the early part of the game, my value destroyed is over 100k more. So I should probably attack now, since that 100k more value kills I got probably would have added up to something by now. So this is the part where I started going in. I had no vision because artillery has only 1 vision, so I moved my infantry here to scout the battlecopter. I go in. But this was a little bit of a luck roll, I think. Probably should have used my medium tank. I send my 4 HP tank to scout this forest. I see a lot of artillery, so I start going in at them. And I just break through and plow through the artillery. Join my artillery because why not? They might not have another anti-air, so I decide to throw my anti-air in just so that this anti-air will not do as much damage to my battlecopter. And shift my fighter forward so it covers the army still. And another APC because I need more infantry to pressure these properties. And that was this game. I felt like the main reason why I won this game is because of the very much overextension during the power. So let's see. We started fighting around here. I used my superpower right away because I saw good shots with the artillery. And then we just sat there for a moment. As soon as I saw the tank in the forest, I thought he would use his superpower, so I pulled back. And he did, and he grossly overextended to my HQ, almost. It's so overextended that even this tank, even the forward base over here, takes 3 turns to reach all the way up here, whereas my back base only takes 2 turns. That's how overextended it is, that the forward base is further away from the front line than my back base. And we fought there for several turns, which is ultimately how, despite not having enough anti-air and having a predominantly artillery army, I was able to push them back. And then something similar happened again, where they pushed all the way to my HQ, which they are behind in unit value, and they're still overextending. So I think that was the main reason why, was because of overextension. So, what to learn from this game? Patience. If you're up ahead in income, you don't have to fight for any decisive victories. You could just wait there, build up your army. You will eventually you would out-tech your opponent eventually in the vehicle count. I also felt that he wasn't really pressing his income advantage. I was expecting more bombers, maybe even a stealth. Another reason why I built a fighter. If you have more money, you either need more vehicles or you tech up, which he had been getting more vehicles. There was the time where I didn't have enough anti-air for his battlecopter swarm. But I think a medium tank would have been a better play. Especially since, as Jake, you can pretty reliably one-shot on planes with medium tanks, especially during your powers. Your movement bonus for the medium tanks are also really good, which it offsets the medium tank's weakness of being slower. So, yeah, you could either just wait with your income advantage or pressure even further. Or, I mean, just tech up and pressure that way. Like, force units that I don't want to build. So that was this game.